Forbidden Earth mysteries, ley lines, and ancient energies. Across the Earth, invisible lines connect ancient monuments, sacred temples, and mysterious stone circles. These are called ley lines, and in 2025, new discoveries suggest they may hold secrets far stranger than we imagined. For centuries, ley lines were dismissed as pseudoscience, but when researchers mapped the world's megaliths, they noticed something impossible. Structures thousands of miles apart aligned perfectly on straight lines. From Stonehenge to the pyramids, from Machu Picchu to Easter Island. Could this be coincidence or evidence of an ancient global plan? One, the origin of ley lines. The idea of ley lines began in 1921 when Alfred Watkins, a British amateur archaeologist, noticed that ancient sites in England aligned in straight patterns across the countryside. He called these alignments leys. Watkins believed these lines were ancient trade routes, paths followed by travelers for centuries. He even noted that old churches and prehistoric monuments were often built on the same spots, as if cultures across time recognized the importance of these lines. At first, his theory was ignored or ridiculed, but by the mid-20th century, other researchers expanded it, noticing that alignments appeared not just in Britain, but around the entire globe.
You can do it in under a minute with Wolfgang. So the elder showed me also another camp down the hill where there were two inflowing ley lines, crossing, where the energy of the earth, flowed into the earth. And they were crossing. And so there were 5 people hanging around there just like wet sacks, slumping, spines bent like a bunch of washed out stoners. Obviously very low energy.
2. Ancient cultures and global parallels. The British Isles may have introduced the modern term, but the idea of Earth energy lines is ancient. In China, geomancers spoke of dragon lines, currents of energy flowing through the landscape, balanced by feng shui. In Australia, Aboriginal traditions describe song lines, sacred paths sung into the land itself, guiding both people and spirits. In Peru, the Inca created the sex system, hundreds of ritual lines radiating from Cusco into the mountains, each tied to shrines and spiritual centers. Even in North America, native traditions speak of spirit roads, guiding the dead and the living. These cross-cultural parallels suggest a universal human awareness of something powerful in the earth itself. Was this spiritual intuition or a lost science? 3. Earth energies. In 2023, geophysicists studying magnetic anomalies in the UK found strange patterns around megalithic sites. These weren't random. Some aligned directly with known ley lines. Scientists were baffled. Why would natural magnetic anomalies match man-made monuments? Legends spoke of dragons sleeping beneath hills, serpents of energy crossing the land, or healing waters bubbling at sacred springs.
For me, that's my dragon power, but I think serpents and dragons are very much connected, aren't they?
Yes, when I listened to your talk, you could transpose dragon for serpent. It's the difficult thing is, what is the difference with them? If any. I think the Chinese is the only culture that recognizes the dragon as separate from the serpent. So, to me, the dragon is the combination of the serpent and the bird.
Pilgrims reported visions, healings, and even altered states of consciousness at ley intersections. Could ley lines actually be energy currents running through the earth, harnessed by ancient builders? 4. Technology or coincidence. Some researchers argue ley lines could have served practical purposes. In 2024, AI analysis suggested many ancient sites were arranged using advanced geometry, golden ratio alignments, sacred numbers, astronomical markers.
Draw a line, and now you divide that line into two parts. If you divide it in the middle, now both sides of that line are the same length. And it's a very static situation. You can't get any additional properties out of that you could use in processes of growth, for example. You need to have an asymmetry. Sacred geometry, what you're doing is an asymmetrical division of a line in the one and only point where you create a proportional relationship between the length of the whole line, where the ratio of the small section to the large section is the same as the large section to the whole line.
Others propose they formed a global navigation system, allowing travelers to cross continents long before modern maps. And some go further, that monuments may have been designed to tap into these energies, transmitting power wirelessly. Nikola Tesla once theorized the Earth could be used as a conductor for wireless electricity. Was he rediscovering knowledge the ancients already had? 5. Recent discoveries. Satellite imaging in 2024 revealed that megalithic sites in South America align along straight paths stretching for hundreds of miles. AI pattern recognition in 2025 compared temple layouts across continents and found repeating geometry. These similarities appeared in civilizations with no known contact, yet they all use the same ratios, alignments, and even astronomical markers. Meanwhile, LiDAR scanning revealed hidden structures along suspected ley lines in Central America.
So crazy that stuff was there all along.
Villahermosa, the sort of central of the Olmec area, is a very highly populated area. It's been heavily developed. The areas where LiDAR has been used in Mexico and Central America and Guatemala has been finding
Crazy that stuff was there all along.
and nobody knew.
Yeah.
And what's hiding in it.
These weren't random ruins. They seemed deliberately placed in relation to others. The idea of coincidence is becoming harder to accept. 6. Spiritual and mystical dimensions. For mystics, ley lines are not just physical or energetic. They are spiritual highways. Shamans speak of traveling between worlds at intersection points. Monks, druids, and pilgrims have long described certain spots as gateways to higher consciousness. In 2025, archaeologists in Peru uncovered ritual artifacts directly buried at ley intersections, suggesting people sought to tap into these forces deliberately. Could these sites act as amplifiers of consciousness, portals to other realms, or communication lines with the cosmos itself? 7. Theories and forbidden knowledge. Theories abound. Some claim ley lines mark geological fault lines, where natural magnetism is strongest. Others believe they are cosmic grids, connecting Earth to the stars. More radical voices whisper that UFOs use these lines for navigation, explaining why so many sightings cluster around ancient monuments. Each theory adds more intrigue and more reasons for skeptics to dismiss the entire idea. But science continues to find anomalies. Magnetic pulses, unusual radiation, and unexplained alignments. The more we measure, the more the mystery deepens. 8. A global grid. Some researchers now argue that ley lines are part of a planetary grid system. When plotted, major monuments align in global patterns. The Great Pyramid, Easter Island statues, Nazca lines, Angkor Wat, Stonehenge. This suggests coordination on a planetary scale, impossible by mainstream history. Unless, of course, our ancestors had knowledge we've long forgotten, or help from somewhere else. Ley lines remain one of history's greatest mysteries. Coincidence, Earth energy, ancient navigation system, or even lost technology. Their purpose is still unknown. But with every new scan, every new anomaly, science edges closer to confirming what shamans and mystics always knew. The Earth is alive with hidden power. If ley lines are real, and if they were used by ancient civilizations, then everything we know about human history may have to be rewritten. And the question remains, who built the grid and why?